I was so wrapped in that. I lost who I was and I became everything and anything for everyone else. And flash forward, second marriage, same patterns started to present themselves as they do for us all. And we're here to transcend that.
Welcome to The Reluctant Medium, where we cover the gamut of out there conversations. With an open mind and a curious heart, we want to talk about it all. From psychic phenomena and energy medicine to beings from other star systems and out-of-body experiences. You'll find a great balance between grounded science-backed topics and others that science hasn't quite caught up to yet. I'm your host, Dr. Maria Rothenburger, a psychotherapist by trade and a reluctant spirit baby communicator. And hey, even though I'm a medium, I'm not buying everything folks are selling. I just have a voracious appetite to know more about what I call the world of the weird. Join us on your favorite podcast platform or watch on YouTube at The Reluctant Medium. I'll see you there. Hey there, welcome everyone back to the Reluctant Medium podcast. I'm Dr. Maria Rothenburger, your host for the podcast. And this interview has been on the books for a while. We've been waiting to have a chat, and I think that it has been delayed on purpose. Thank you, universe, because there's been some stuff going down that I need to pick Liane's brain about. Yes. Welcome, Liane Lambert. So happy to have you finally. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, of course, always in divine timing.
Indeed. Okay, so just first diving into the basics, right? Like, who are you and what do you do and how did you come to start doing what you're doing?
Well, I am no different than every other soul out here. But to speak from my ego self, my name is Liane Marie Lambert. And I started my big awakening happened when I was hit by a double-decker bus at 27 years old. And I should have died. I, in fact, did have an out-of-body experience and walked away with only losing a patch of hair. And that was my big aha moment. I am here for a reason. Show me what that is. And then my ascension journey started. And of course, we are creating our reality. I believe in fated encounters. All that led me to doing a lot of the really hard inner work, and every experience I see now as truly the best blessing in my life because it's allowed me to read energy, understand the laws of the universe, how we can work with it so that we can step into 5D consciousness, which I had the first opportunity of experiencing through an ayahuasca challenge. But then following that, I was able to reach these high states of consciousness and connect to the energies of the universe without the aid of any external factors. So it is my mission and my goal to help people to release these low vibrational energies so they can tap into their 5D way of living, which is outside of fear, outside of ego, outside of programming, feeling connected to all and no longer needing for things outside of ourselves.
Oh my gosh. That is so much that I want to. I have like 8,000 questions now.
Okay, shoot.
From all of that. Okay. Where does spirit want to take me? Okay. The first question that's coming to mind is, did you say you were 27 when that happened?
Yes, I was.
Holy moly. Okay.
Yes.
Because I'd like to, just like you said, I'm no different than anybody else. I'm curious about that. What were you doing before that?
Well, before that, I was married to my first husband, and I was very much trapped in my programming. And I'm going to say the word trapped because that's imprinted on us from birth. I'm very blessed that I was brought up in a very loving family with a really good foundation. I was tested in my adulthood, and because I was also programmed with the belief of for better or for worse, and I can make you better, I can help you fulfill your dreams. I was so wrapped in that, I lost who I was, and I became everything and anything for everyone else. And flash forward, second marriage, same patterns started to present themselves
Mm.
as they do for us all, and we're here to transcend that. And that was because I had everything that I thought I ever wanted, but I was sad. I was lost, and then I went down the rabbit hole because it was ingrained in me to always strive for more there, and especially after the bus accident, that there is something beyond this. So that became my mission and an obsession, really, until it just became my everyday way of being. And so I am proof that yes, the inner work, it is hard, but it is your pathway to freedom.
Yeah. True freedom, right? Just a no matter what chaos is around, to feel right, to feel the centeredness and the groundedness. And yeah, I'm curious about your touching base with spiritual stuff before this all happened. Were you brought up a certain religion, or did you have a spiritual belief, or did you know you're intuitive and connect in this way, or was that all new?
Well, I would say definitely it was innate in me in that I was always drawn to tarot cards. I saw and felt energies. I was very afraid to go to bed at night. I was the kid that would hide underneath her covers and create a little hole underneath just for breathing. And my mother would come every night and lift off the covers, and I'd gasp for air. So definitely very sensitive to energies. But I do my I should look into this more, but my lineage is I have some Métis and Icelandic in me, so there are some connections there, and so yeah, that was
Okay. I'm always curious about that because I was definitely a sensitive kid, but I'm a medium, but I never saw like dead people or something when I was a
Oh
kid.
yeah,
I just
it's for
never.
me. It comes in an energy. I don't actually see a form. It's kind of moving, and definitely empathic. My brother chopped his toe into, and I felt that my toe was chopped into, and my parents
Oh,
are like, "Oh no, no, you're just like that. That's in your head." I'm like, "No, no, I really feel it."
oh no, I can describe it precisely. Yes. Okay. And I should say, folks who haven't read the book, The Field, I'm I've lost her name right now, but I will link it up. There's a ton of research around folks who've had experiences like you, near-death experiences, becoming just far more capable of connecting to the other side. It's actually science-backed. It's phenomenal stuff.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to
Lynn
look into
Taggart.
that.
Lynn McTaggart. Yes, phenomenal. So good. Okay. I have some questions for you, Liane.
Okay, let's do it. Let's have
Because
some fun.
oh my God, I am experiencing some stuff and I'm hopeful that you can help illustrate what's happening here. Okay, just a little background or backup stuff from you. The words that you use a lot on your website are around karma and dharma.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering just if we can describe or illustrate or define what does that mean for
Yeah.
listeners?
Of course, of course. Again, this is linked to my passion because I really want people to understand this, because this is how we're going to get out of these looping patterns that we keep repeating in our lives. So karma is basically the lessons that we're here to learn so that we can connect with our higher self. Karma is it will unfold in 3D consciousness. So that is led by ego, wanting to control, wanting to make things happen. Dharma is in a state of 5D consciousness where you release control. I say all of our encounters in the 3D are fated. We are creating our reality, and every encounter is comes to us for a reason as a mirror to show us what we are here to learn and transcend out of. As we start peeling off the layers and start releasing that dense energy and reprogramming our minds, and then start to connect with our free selves, which is in 5D consciousness, that is where our destiny is. That is where our dharmic way of living is. Fear is it's null and void, and you are truly living in flow. You trust that everything that is meant for you will come to you, and so that's living as your free self.
Oh my gosh. That just, yep, that feels like utter and total freedom. A
It's
return.
juicy.
Yeah. Yes. Just even trying that on for size. What would it be like to live from a place of total love and trust as opposed to fear? Whoa. Okay, so some of the language that you used just now is what I really want to get into, the juiciness of it. And that is this idea of moving from 3D to 5D. What in the world does that mean? So you define 3D a little bit, I heard, and then 5D a little bit, but I really want to talk about this. And then on the back end, if we can talk about what it's like to move, because this is where I'm like, dude, what is happening in my life right now?
You've got this. It's all exactly right.
Thank you. I'll flex the muscles.
Yeah, so I'm not going to paint it as a rosy journey, because doing the inner work is difficult. But if you can really imagine no longer needing for anything outside of yourself, and stop chasing rainbows and waiting for that quick fix, it is possible. So the journey does entail having to go into the shadows, face the things that we do not want to look at, to really look at the patterns in our life, the relationships in our life. Karmic entanglement is the biggest thing that is keeping us stuck. And when we choose to entangle with another energy, we are automatically taking on some of, we're sharing in our pools of energy, and some of us hold more karmic energy than others. And unless the two people or groups of people are willing to learn and rise and grow together, it will hold you down in that low vibrational energy. So it's so important to learn how energy works, study the patterns, and then find pathways out of it to break the pattern. So it isn't a linear journey, it is upwards. And as you start releasing, you start jumping timelines, and you start to let go of who you think you are, because you are consciousness in a body. And as you start to really understand that and start to reprogram your mind and work with your auric field, and it will expand, and you just automatically, as your frequency elevates, you just start tapping in, the information starts coming to you, your intuition comes online, and everyone has access to it. It just, don't think that just because if you weren't born with these things that you can't do it. You absolutely can. Anyone can, and you don't need to read a ton of books. You just need to develop your tool of self-awareness.
Okay, quick pause, my friends. Have you ever listened to this show and thought, wow, I wish I could crawl deeper into the woo-woo rabbit hole with Dr. Maria? Then congrats, your moment has arrived. The Reluctant Medium Patreon is where all the good cosmic content goes. We're talking Tarot Tuesdays with things like weekly spreads, mini readings, and the tea behind the cards. Thin Veil Thursdays, where we deliver channeled messages or mediumship musings, and the occasional spirit side-eye. Moon Magic Mondays, with forecasts, rituals, and hey, don't blame me, blame the lunar cycle energy updates. And Spirit Baby Extras, channelings, Q&As, and tender support for folks connecting beyond the veil. Plus, printable goodies, bonus videos, and the kind of community vibe that feels like a cosmic group hug. If you've ever gotten something from this show, a laugh, a message, a moment of clarity, Patreon is how you support the magic while getting even more of it. So scoot on over to patreon.com/thereluctantmedium and join us. It's cozy, it's magical, and honestly, you belong there. See you over there. Okay, from a practical standpoint, here's person A living in 3D. Here's person B moving into 5D. How do their lives look different?
I will actually break it up into three groups. This is how I
Awesome.
like to look at it.
Yeah.
So there are the unawakened humans, which is the majority of the world, and they're just operating from their program. We've slapped on this identity, and they keep recreating based on the experiences that they've had in the past. They don't even see it as an option to transform their lives. Then there's the awakened group, which is certainly not as big as the first group. That is, so the first one's definitely 3D. It's and the second group is 3D, and then they'll also be jumping and getting little nuggets and tastes of 5D. And this is the magic. I'll jump back into that afterwards when I go into the last one. So when the awakened group is in 3D, but they're aware that they are creating their realities. They're prepared to do the inner work, and they're starting to see their lives transform as a result. And then there is the advanced human, which is someone who is living in 5D consciousness for the most part if they can. But you do dip from time to time, but that is there's information in that. So every time you dip down, this is when I ask myself, okay, is this for me or is this for someone else? Why am I feeling this energy? You become so hyper aware of the energetic patterns and the information that is being communicated to you that you can quickly bounce back and step into that flow state.
Okay. That sounds like my dog.
Of course.
He's very advanced.
Yes, I believe that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Animals are so tapped in. Yes.
They are. Okay, that is making sense. And now I'm able to see kind of where I am. And you, of course, already answered a question that I had around the progression not being linear, because I have felt like I have been way more advanced than I am now. Like I'm like, what happened? But at the same time, these new experiences are happening. Like I'm becoming even more psychically aware, if that's possible.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the gift from Ascension. Yes.
That's a thing. Like I'm literally hearing with my ears things that don't like are actually, they're not. I woke up in the middle of the night hearing a piano playing in my bedroom.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Like,
yay! Thank you, universe. And everyone can have that. So this is good. This is to celebrate. I love this, Maria.
Okay, so that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Okay.
You're ascending.
All right. And so now,
as you ascend, that dormant DNA, we like to call it starts to come online. These are things that maybe gifts that you've had in past lives that are coming online right now. And you just absorb it, soak it all in. This is beautiful.
Yeah. Here's me. Oh, what the frig is happening? What? No. I'm looking at my phone to see if a piano's playing on there randomly at 2:22 in the morning or whatever it was. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But yes, I'm learning to lean into this stuff. The next question that I have though around that is like, cool, these are kind of fun things. Like, okay, I feel like it's my Opa trying to communicate with me, playing me piano in the middle of the night. But then there are the things that are like really uncomfortable, Liane, like yes. Really, like I was talking about, geez, I don't know. I actually eat very well. I exercise all the time. I really take care of my body. And my immune system has been kind of lacking in the last 6 months or so. And you had mentioned, hey, are you sure that's not an ascension? And I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to talk about that today. These are the things that are like not that great, right? Not sunshine and rainbows. And I'm wondering if so you confirmed that's part of an ascension process, but what what are some other things that people can expect through this experience?
Okay, well, there are multiple things that can happen, but I'd like to get out of our heads. First of all, you want to rule out any serious medical
Of course.
conditions that may be taking place. But again, the body needs to ascend as well. So we
Oh.
think it's all in our head, but the physical body. So, for instance, when I had that ayahuasca experience, um, it was fantastic. But I knew that I remember talking to the shaman in that ceremony, thinking nobody's going to understand me, nobody's going to get me, and because we need to ground that energy in. It's meant to be a journey. It's a step by step process. If we go from A to Z, you'll frazzle. It's just too much, and it's too much on the mind, and we just psychologically we just can't handle that big shift so quickly, and the physical body is no different. So when you are, I got COVID and I said to myself, okay, thank you COVID, these are my upgrades. So that is a time to really cocoon yourself, have the tools, take your spiritual bath, knowing, holding the intention that you're releasing dense energy on a molecular level, sweat it out. This is why we have so many spiritual flus. Remember, everything is happening for you. If you're going through something that is very painful, that could be just training you to move your consciousness outside of the pain, and or move through it and expand from that. It's all happening for you. And this is why it's so important to find guides and teachers and coaches that can steer you in the right direction, so it doesn't suck you into that wormhole of low vibrational thoughts and energy.
Yes. Okay. So looking at those things different perspective, it's like, thank you for the reminder. I am upgrading, up leveling, whatever. Okay. Going
Yes,
to
like you have a you have 5 children, isn't it?
No,
Don't you
no,
have
no.
another?
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
okay. But you have children. But
You.
that in itself, like any hardship, any tower moment, anybody who's tugging on your energy, they're training you. If you can find that peace and hold it and be the calm in the storm with life happening around you, you've made it. That's golden. You're in 5D.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have to show you something. I don't
Please.
know. Where did I was looking for something in my desk the other day and I came across this little thing that my mom gave me. Oh, you know what? I can't find it. It's a little bookmark that on the very end is a little charm and it says, I am the storm. I'm like, nice, mom. Yeah.
Oh boy.
My mama
Yeah.
knows me well.
You're an energy shifter.
Yes, yes. And so then I rest in peacefulness, knowing that I am the one doing this, right? Creating
Yes,
this
that is
movement.
your gift. I love
Yeah,
that.
interesting. Okay, so and I love that you just reminded me really that my kids who drive me insane and I only have two. I love them to death and they make me crazy. Says every parent on the planet, I'm sure.
Yes.
They are here. There's a reason to that they're driving me crazy is that it's a gift. I'm learning.
It it is a gift, and let's go there a little bit.
Mhm,
I believe that every family, no one is void of this.
mhm,
Just like it is our destiny to evolve, that we all have generational curses
mm,
that are ready to be broken,
yeah.
and it takes the brave ones to step up and say, okay, I'm going to do the work, and we are going to break this pattern within the family, and to work with our children to move out of these patterns. There's no greater gift that we can give to ourselves and to them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and to them. Yes, and the modeling of it, right. That is so speaking of juicy, there's a lot of juicy stuff that you have to say, Liane. It's fantastic. Thank you.
This is why I wrote a book. This
I
is so that I can share my journey with people, and it's very relatable. It's a really easy read. You can also listen to it on Spotify and Amazon. But I wrote it in a way that is so relatable, and you don't need to have a post-secondary education even to follow it and understand it and to learn from it.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah, and we'll of course link up to everything. I'm wondering in there, or just even now, if you can speak to what folks can do to begin, right? I suspect that folks listening or watching this podcast right now are probably in somewhere in the awakened area. Are you saying folks that are firmly in the 3D just aren't even aware that this is a thing? Like, would they be listening to a podcast like this, you think?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think they won't even resonate with it, and
Right.
they'll be guided towards or attracted to something that is more of a vibrational match to them.
Right. Okay. And so folks who are listening or watching today are likely curious about this or wanting to know more. And I'm wondering, where can folks start? Certainly your book. Yeah. And I'm wondering, what are some, maybe one or two key things that folks can start with right now after listening to this before picking up your book that they could do right now?
Okay. Well, I would say to really practice in self-awareness of I am everything. And when I say that, there's light and dark, not no reference to color, in everyone. And that you can show up in any way, and to really practice the pause button, that you can change in any given moment, even when you're triggered, walk away, hit the button, remove yourself, and then ask yourself, how do I want to show up differently this time?
Oh,
And play in that, because we are capable of it. There's times where we've shone, and there are other times where, oh, I didn't operate as my best self. That is evidence that we are everything. So to really practice pausing, taking the time to ask yourself, how do I want to show up right now? Even if I'm in the middle of doing lunches, how am I going to do this a little bit differently? How can I elevate this experience so that I'm not seeing it as something I have to do, but that I take pride in doing? And because I get to provide a nutritious meal for my children so that they can do what they're here to do.
yeah. That's awesome. It also sounds like staying present in it, right?
Of
Like,
course.
okay, I got to get this done so that I can do the next thing.
So you see how I snuck that in?
Yeah.
It's a great way to bring in the practice of presence. But we speak on that, but how can we make this a practical tool?
Yes. Ooh, somebody's skilled around here.
A little sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying fully present. It also sounds like what I ask my kids for a do-over. Like, okay, dude, I do
Mhm.
not like how I behaved just then. Can I have a do-over? And it's almost even more powerful than the
Yes, and
initial.
take it even a step further. So this is something that I'm working on, is sitting down and let's look at the pattern that we're in.
Mhm.
Let's look at the loop and what your role is, what my role is, and how are we going to, because this is going to happen again. And I
No.
warn her, I'm like, we're going to do this again. It's inevitable. So we're going to call it out. How are you going to show up differently when it happens again? What am I have to work on?
Mhm.
And then in that moment, because it does come, and then we call it out as a mom. I say, okay, here we are. We're doing it. Remember our rules. Remember how we have to like shift it, and it elevates the whole experience. And that's how we're breaking those patterns.
Yes, I love it. And I'm giggling inside a little bit because I can see my 14-year-old going, "Really, mom? Really? Really?"
They do that initially, but again, that's awareness. So then it comes back, and we call it out. Okay, are you ready to do it this time?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go down this road again,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My youngest would be all for it. "Let's play a game." Like, that would be him.
Oh, I love
But,
it.
yeah, that's so much fun, and I love that it's really more the focus is on one's self, right? Like,
Yeah,
what can I
always.
do different here? I'm gonna work on this. What do you wanna work on? But then there's no like, "Hey, you didn't do the thing." It's more like, "Oh, wait a second, I'm"
Yes,
right.
it's teaching accountability.
Yeah. I can feel already in my body how that feels like movement into 5D. It's like
100%.
Yeah, the non-judgment of it. This is why, and I don't know how you feel about this, but this is why I stay away from news, social media most of the time, because it is not this elevated place. From the US, particularly, politics are just such a struggle, and from both sides it's very similar energy, which is so strange to me. And like, nobody's like seeing this. You mentioned looking at a mirror before, and I'm like, oh yeah, we all
Mhm.
need mirrors.
The
You know,
US is getting hit really hard right now,
yeah,
100%. And this is why again, it comes down to choice. If I can't actively do something about the situation, why am I going to feed my energy and hold fear, worry, doubt? And that's feeding into those low vibrational energies.
right.
So and the social media feeds, like, again, be really conscious of what you're following, what you're liking, what you're putting your attention to, because it's going to keep coming into your feed, and that's just stirring up more low vibrational energy. So that's a great way to purge and to not contribute to that.
Yeah. And you know what? That actually ties very much into what you were saying around self-awareness, right? So folks can just like look at their typical feed and notice, what is that like? Self-awareness
Mhm.
is huge. I love that you said that off the bat. Like just being aware of how things affect you and how your chemistry has been.
Mhm.
It's
And whether
phenomenal.
you like it or not, your social media feed is a mirror.
Yes. I don't like it. I don't.
So there's your invitation, right? This is the ascension journey. We're constantly transforming, and that's the gift of being human, and to start to get excited, because there's no better time to be alive, especially at our age. Like, we're witnessing the greatest transformation on this
We
planet,
are.
and we get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And your energy is contributing, so that awareness piece is so important,
It really
because
is.
it is, as we rise, the world rises with us.
Oh my goodness. Can you just say that one more time?
Yes, as we rise, the world rises with us.
Oh, I just want to end it on that note right there.
And I'm feeling it. Do you feel the vibration?
I
It's
feel
just,
it. I feel it. And you know what that means to me? That even though there are situations that perhaps we can't directly impact, we can impact the world by rising. Yeah,
yes,
ourselves. Whew. I love that. Mic drop.
yes.
That was awesome. Okay, Liane, where can folks find you?
You can find me at Liane, Liane, like Diane, marielambert.com. I'm actually about to launch a program where you can work with me one-on-one. I'm also going to have a group masterclass that I'm going to be doing that coincides with my book. And I'll show you my book so that people
Yes.
can kind of see it.
Oh, heck yeah.
A
Nice.
new age guide to becoming superhuman. So I do have a gift of activating karma and dharma and teaching people how to become walking karma. It's a lot of fun. You read energy, learn about magic, and in a very practical way, and how you can rise individually and witness the transformation in your reality, and just focus on yourself. That's the most important thing.
Fantastic. And this will be published January 2026. When is your program beginning?
The program will be beginning after Easter weekend. That's for the group program. So April 14th.
Perfect.
And then also my one-on-one coaching, I'm going to be doing that. I'll probably be launched by the end of the month
Perfect.
for anybody
Okay.
who's interested.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much. We'll link up to everything for folks who are watching and listening. Liane, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Thank you for joining the Reluctant Medium podcast today. I hope that this episode has brought you beautiful, high vibration, and that it continues emanating from your heart space for the rest of the day and beyond. Don't forget to join The Reluctant Medium on patreon.com, and you can also visit thereluctantmedium.us and the Reluctant Medium TV show on newrealitytv.com. Until next time, my friend, may you be well.